If you control the sky, you control the world. In Greek mythology, that power belongs to one god, Zeus. He reigns as the enforcer of justice, the master of men and gods.
Zeus was the king of the gods, but he was also responsible for dispensing justice, both to the gods and to mortals on the earth.
This is something really cool about Greek mythology, because one of the things that you were supposed to do as a Greek when you worshiped the gods was simply to do what was required to keep the gods from squashing you.
As commander of the skies, Zeus has the power of nature at his disposal. That gives him the most devastating weapon of all.
The most powerful symbol of Zeus is the lightning bolt. This is what Zeus carries. It's his main accoutrement, and it's the thing that makes him the most powerful of all the divinities.
Attributing lightning to Zeus was a way for the Greeks to explain the unexplainable. In a time before science, mythology put faces on the forces that shaped the world.
The Greeks used mythology to try and figure out why the world operates the way that it does. They didn't have scientific explanations yet for how the world came into existence, or why lightning strikes here but not there, or why it strikes then and not some other time.
The natural world was very frightening to them, so they associated it with the divine. You know, these were symptoms of the gods' power that they could use to punish people who hadn't worshipped them properly.
Zeus's command over nature would make him Greece's most feared god. But how did he get there? Zeus spends his childhood preparing to fulfill his self-appointed destiny, to challenge his father and the Titans for control of the universe. Zeus has escaped the fate of his siblings, who were all swallowed alive by their father, the Titan Cronus. Inside a remote cave hideaway, he has matured into a fully formed god. Now, he is ready to begin the epic power struggle he was born to wage, to avenge his father's savagery, to liberate his 5 Olympian siblings from his father's belly, and to seize control of the world from the Titans who now rule it.
The stakes for him are tremendously high. If he succeeds, he'll be master of the universe. But if he fails, he may well be the one that winds up down in Tartarus.
Tartarus, the lowest level of Hades, and the ancient Greek equivalent of hell.
Tartarus was the part of Hades where the damned went. The people who were bad or committed offenses against the gods on Earth would be sent to Tartarus.
If Zeus fails in his attempt to seize power from Cronus and the Titans, he'll be damned to this place for all eternity. But if he wins, he'll command gods and men from his throne atop Mount Olympus. It is from his home base on Mount Olympus that Zeus engineers his rebellion against Cronus and the Titans.
Zeus is going to have to get others to come in and help him out so that he can achieve supreme power.
This is the ultimate family feud. And so it is to his own flesh and blood that Zeus turns first. He knows his strongest allies will be his 5 siblings, the Olympians, now fully formed adults, but still trapped deep inside Cronus' stomach. If they can be liberated, the Olympians could tip the scales in Zeus's favor and help him destroy the Titans forever.
He wanted to free his brothers and sisters, so he concocted a potion.
Quietly, Zeus enters Cronus' lair and slips the drug into his nightly cup of mead. Cronus drinks it and becomes violently ill. First, he vomits up the stone his wife had given him in place of baby Zeus. According to tradition, that rock is the cornerstone of ancient Greece's most sacred site, the Temple of Delphi, home of the oracle.
Delphi is a sanctuary in Greece where people would come from all around to consult with God. It was a direct phone line up to heaven to ask the answer to anything you wanted.
To this day, thousands of years after the story was first told, the stone that Cronus supposedly vomited is still there.
At the very center of the temple complex at Delphi is an egg-shaped stone that was understood to be the exact stone that played the role of being the substitute for Zeus that Cronos swallowed. And if you go there today to the Temple of Delphi, the locals will still tell you that the stone that's there is the actual one that was in Cronos' belly.
In the myth, after throwing up the sacred stone, Cronus regurgitates Zeus's 5 siblings. And they are ready to join Zeus's revolution.
What marks Zeus as a different kind of leader from those that have come before is his intelligence. He's able to persuade and convince those around him that he should be leader, and he's able to build coalitions.
Zeus now has his siblings by his side, but he still needs more muscle to take on the Titans. And there are some other estranged members of the family who are out for revenge. Forgotten brothers of Cronus, the Cyclops, and the 100-handers. But to find them, Zeus has to go to hell.
Cronos had feared the powers of these 100-handers and the Cyclopses, and he locked them down into Tartarus. Zeus knew that if he could get their power on his side, he could marshal it to his own ends. He goes down and talks to the 100-handers and says, "I will pay you great respect. And I know that my father Cronos has mistreated you. Now I've freed you, and now you owe me." And even they are moved, and they say, "Yes, great Zeus, we realize not only are you very powerful, but you also know how to treat people well. So we appreciate that, and we will now fight on your side."
In gratitude for being liberated, the Cyclops present Zeus with a gift: the power of lightning. As the clash of the gods plays out in the myth, it appears Zeus is finally about to seize control of the universe. His powerful allies have tipped the balance, and the Olympians are closing in on victory. But the Titans have one last weapon at their disposal. From the depths of Tartarus, they call forth a colossal beast, Typhon.
Typhon is a tremendously strong, powerful monster that's challenging Zeus himself. It's a last gasp effort, and the final monster, the final challenge he has to put down in order to secure his reign over the universe.
It is a supernatural deathmatch, a decisive struggle between good and evil. And it will all come down to the ultimate weapon.
As Zeus and Typhon are engaged in this final epic battle, Zeus eventually gets the upper hand and wins via his lightning bolt.
With one final assault, Zeus drives Typhon and his Titan allies down into Tartarus, where they are damned to spend eternity in a fiery abyss. Zeus's victory over his father makes him the king of the gods, the absolute ruler of the universe. So goes the myth.